All right, good morning. Let's see if I can get on top of the microphone today. I was deeply confused. Good morning, Mikey. Microphones are indeed hard. Excuse me, I was just staring at the continue button, wondering why nothing was happening, and then I realized that I actually had to click on it. So that's the kind of morning we're having. On the bright side, my coffee is fantastic. Oh, y'all, I keep forgetting I'm sorry. I hope this is probably going to be a thing. I keep forgetting that I'm going to do this. Give me 1 second. I think that's fine. I don't think I can do this. There we go. There we go. I've been meaning to do that for a minute. Just get rid of the Twitter thing. But, so how y'all feeling about some My Time at Sandrock, huh? I know you're stoked for it. So, I did some looking into it, and I'm thinking that the play here, is that I'm going to give the short bow of coat. I mean, I might as well just leave it on him, but I'll put these over here. It just seems more appropriate that the dwarf has the throwing axes. You know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? What's this? Quick death. Because the throwing weapons are very specific. Why is she not do that? There we go. The feats in Pathfinder are extremely specific. My Time at Sandrock, there was two of them. There was the first one was my time at Portia. And then the next one, the continuation of it, is called My Time at Sandrock. Let us sort of a survival crafter. I've already got this. I did. That seems like fun. I have been playing the Final Fantasy remake long enough to remember just how much I've forgotten. Alright, so where was that other... Okay, these are guys we killed. So maybe over here?
We march ahead.
Alright, okay, so hold on a sec. This is just me getting just straight up lost. Oh, it looks like there's some bad guys up there. Hey, morning, goat. And completely unrelated to anything we're doing here today.
I will defend my dream.
I did get on last night and finish my farming in DDO. Oh my lord. It's just absurd that these things have, like...
Cover me, alright?
So many attacks. Does he have... None of these things are valuable. Okay, oh, I do have Raised Dead. We need that later. Cure Light Wounds Mass. None of those things are valuable to me. Cure Critical Wounds. Yeah, she's actually gonna have to switch up. What was this again? Evil Outsider Bane, that's not helping me. So let's see if this thing works.
I will resist!
Let's see if I can't put at least... See, that says greater, so I'm just gonna see if I can make the bear go to sleep. Appears the bear did not go to sleep.
Strike as one.
100% of this is making me deeply unhappy. Oh, we still got hastes. We got hastes, precious. Can you go away without the bear getting mad at you?
It's your time to cease to exist.
That was outstanding. That was an outstanding showing by my boy Greybor.
Prepare yourself!
Yeah, that's my girl right there. Happy Wednesday, Goat. It is indeed hump day.
My will is resolute.
Also, I just discovered that Past Me was a genius. Oh yeah, Past Me was a genius, but forgot that I need a diamond to cast that spell. Skin, collect. Somewhere over here. Probably quick save that since that was unintended excellence on my part. That deer is just mad at that rock. Honestly, this kind of looks like my yard. Ferocious Smilodon. But it's deed.
Let's make this quick.
Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
Indeed, why not both?
Desna, guide my
Oops.
hand!
We shall overcome.
Hear me out. You go to sleep. Love it.
Fall! You're in my way.
Distract them for me! Can't you just die already?
Nice. Take the charge action. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. He gets a full attack after that? Well. Young deer I'm not worried about as much as this dire boar.
Do not hold back.
Smells like burning arc up in here. And everything makes a reflex save. What is this, legendary elite? In DDO? Give me a break. So he's gonna have to pop one of these.
I will bring down the divine wrath.
Are we still hasted at least? You're not. Okay. So we have to pick which of these things is the most problematic.
Tactical retreat! It's all your fault.
That's kind of funny, actually. It's all your fault is pretty funny.
I will resist.
Alright, so she got rid of that guy. I don't think the pigs are that dangerous, but the
Strike as one.
Smilodons are just the absolute worst. Now I'm gonna bravely. Let's just...
Simply business.
I can't die now. I'm not nearly rich enough.
We'll just could actually just lay on the ground.
Prepare yourself.
Attack! Contemplate on your mistakes.
Could she just continually hex these things? She sure can. Man, that's a abusable ability. Liking that.
Eternal Rose, I call upon you.
Let's
See this through.
let's dirty touch Wolja for a second. Zoo animals are nasty in this game. Alright, so first off, we got to go to my girl here. And then we got to get her back on her proper weapon. Although she was doing a respectable job of it with that greatsword. Collect.
Our path leads on.
Nothing? Oh, we got a readable up there.
I will guide us.
Are you? So if we just leave these guys alone, do they just not get angry?
Godspeed.
Because this looks like a fight I don't want to have. Oh, I can climb that hill.
The deed is done.
Text in Halit. Honor the old, guard the young, and stand with those whose prime has come. So, we could fight the zoo animals, but we're not gonna. We're gonna just... Oh. That's interesting. The giants are are the best. The tiptoe giants are fantastic, it's true. You know, prior experience has taught me that in a situation like this where there's a bunch of crap on all sides, you're gonna get jumped. 100% likelihood of jumping. So let's see. We'll see what we can do here. Mirror image out. Still got one haste left. Stone skin our boy here. And we're still blessed, are we not? Hearty meal? Not blessed, alright.
The world has suffered enough.
It has suffered enough. You are not wrong about that, my insistent friend. So we just leave the Kitaz alone. Loot. Ooh. Rowan's letter. This letter has been carefully kept in an oiled leather bag, but the years have not been kind to it. The paper is so fragile that it's almost crumbling in your hands. To Sowona the Seer. Mother, this is my last letter. I hope the Raven delivered it safely. The decision has been made. We are leaving for the south for Gundrun, farther away from the world wound. I beg you, come with us. You turned down my last request, and I don't know this person you have become. Where did this pride come from? Before you were wise and fair, can it be that the spirits of the abyss have reached the good spirits of the forest and twisted your mind as well? I don't care what happens to this place. I only want to live, Mother. I was told you crafted yourself a special amulet to subdue spirits. Does that mean you want to bind a spirit from the abyss by imprisoning it in the body of an animal? You know your powers are not what they were. You won't manage it alone. Even if you do, nothing good will come of this abominable ritual. Please come with us. Your children and grandchildren need you. The wild animals in this deranged forest do not. We will wait for you in the pass until the 10th day of the month. Your loving daughter, Rowan. Alright, deranged spellcaster? Check.
Let us press on.
Might be trap, might be treasure.
Ooh. Cloak of Resistance 4. My goodness. Alright, so. Who has what? Cloak of Resistance 3. He's rolling in a bucket here. Get that, thank you. Where did that go? Cloak of Resistance 4. Cloak of Resistance 1. Yeah, you can definitely use the upgrade. I got 4 of those, actually. It's crazy. Resistance 2. Cloak Resistance 2. Resistance 2, okay. It's Protection 1. I think everybody's got better. As good or better. Yeah. Oh, I'll give him. Okay. Cool.
We march ahead.
So that's Sowona. An old dwarf woman so ancient that she looks like she's been carved from a piece of gnarled driftwood stands in the middle of the cave. The only decoration visible among her filthy rags is a clay medallion in the shape of a complicated knot. Without a word, she touches the Smilodon in front of her. The tremors slowly leave the animal's body, and its eyes clear. The Smilodon inclines its head as if in thanks and leaves the cave. The old woman raises her head, noticing you, but her gaze never settles on anything for long. You're here, the hunter going from body to body has reached this place, but Orso the Great Bear will not leave you in peace. He will make you pay for every animal. Leave you, you reek of blood. You say there is a great bear in this forest, big and dangerous. One that's killed more than a few hunters? Sounds like good game. I haven't hunted in a long time. You are one of my people, but the chasm between us is wider than the one between demons and mortals. You were raised in a stone forest, a place that was poisoned and corrupted. You have no respect for the spirits, and everything you see makes you think only of how to kill it. For shame, kinsman, you are drenched in blood, your hands and your thoughts. Sowana? The old woman shudders, her gaze looking through you into the distance. Sowana, yes, yes. As our chorus, they called her Sowana the Wise, Sowana the Seer. They brought her gifts, sought her counsel. What would you ask her if you met her? Why didn't you go with your daughter? Sowana the Seer running to Gundrun with her tail between her legs. No, I could not leave. Let others hide behind the walls of their cities. This forest is my life, my chapel. Even if I could have made it through the wound and gone south, no, out of the question. How could I look my children in the eye? Their foolish mother, who tried to fight the world wound alone and lost. No, that will never happen. Tell me about this forest. The old woman sighs wistfully, and a bright, sweet smile dawns on her face. Our forest in its glory days was a sight to behold. Crowds would come from the cities and villages for the Sun Festival to watch the shamans perform the rites of the meadow of the spirits. We would sing, and the forest would answer us, its voices blending with the voices of hundreds of people, and the peace reigned over all. And when night fell, the mead flowed like a river, and young men and women jumped over the bonfire. Luck was the one who caught sight of the great Orso, silently cutting his path through the forest. The first summer flowers would spring up wherever he stepped. Corvin laid a wreath of those flowers on my head, and I became his wife. I washed my children in the holy spring of the meadow of spirits, and they grew up healthy and strong. This forest was my land. The great Orso came at my call. Her voice catches and wrinkled lips tremble. Where is it all now? Where? Tell me about Sarkoris. The old woman's lips sit in a hard line. She stands taller now. He lives the proud shaman he used to be. I don't want to talk about Sarkoris. Its rulers were fools. I told them they needed to wipe out those mages, wipe them out without mercy, but they didn't listen to me. I told them that the city walls had cut them off from the spirits. They didn't listen to me. Sarkoris fell as it must. It was infested with mages seeking knowledge in dark places, but how glorious it was, how mighty. Can it really all be gone? Can it be true that Dying Light and Pelura's chapel, beautiful as the star-strewn sky, fell? Can it be that Is, birthplace of vaunted blacksmiths, is lost forever, and rich Underin it's on its fleet river? The cities of Sarkoris are swallowed by the world wound. And Gundrun, no, I don't want to know about Gundrun. No, the woman's lips quiver. She covers her mouth in her hand and turns away. What did you do to the Smilodon? The second spirit, a sorrowful spirit, had settled in the Smilodon. But why does a blood-soaked hunter need to know that? Does the hunter look them in the eye when he kills them? Does he understand their fear? They come to us when we give them comfort, but a hunter can give nothing but death. Go away. Do you know where to find the giant bear's lair? The old man gives a deranged chuckle. The hunter asks where to find the brother bear's home. Everywhere. It is everywhere. He's master of this forest. Great Orso, we call him. Now it is Orso the Terrible, but while the soul of the forest lives, there is still hope. Hope of what? No, we must not say. The master of the forest protects us. We do it all ourselves. We do not need anyone. Be gone, hunter. Be gone. How have you and the forest managed to survive in the midst of the world wound? Master of the forest protects this domain. Master of the forest, Orso the Terrible, is our guardian, so it has always been and always will be. I'll leave you in peace. But before I do you have anything? There's a chasm down there, but I don't know, so maybe that's it. Freshly looted piece, exactly. Okay, so that was there. Just, just checking to make sure that everything's fine. Okay. So that went relatively well? Question mark? Found Great Orso. He's looking a little worse for wear.
Time to work.
Greybor the Brave. So I'll switch it up.
It's your time to cease to exist.
What do you suppose we can do? Let's break the chant. That's not gonna help us. Hear me out. Oh, did not see that coming. Bright side, he attacked the right person. So, we're gonna call that a victory. And then I'm gonna bravely run away. Then we're gonna watch Ember cast all kinds of stuff that cannot possibly hope to affect this clown. Old monster, dominate person, none of those are helpful. Volcanic storm is going to hit a lot of guys. What else you got? He's got a lightning bolt, ironically. New curse. Man. That's everybody or anything. Alright, well. Hold on, let's see if we'll just do this. Damage is more. Yeah, that's what I like to see. Good girl. Numbers.
Desna, guide my hand.
We shall overcome.
Winning? Victory? Unable to withstand the blow, Orso drops to the ground. He is still alive, but his strength is dwindling. Noticing your continued proximity, he bares his teeth and snarls as if you're trying to say something. Brrr. Peeking to the bear's vicious eyes, Ember lets out a sigh. What torment have you suffered to make you attack everyone like this? It's not like weevils have burrowed into your soul. This is an easier check. Perception. Examine the bear's body. The bear's fur is matted and infested with parasites, and numerous scars cover the bear's body. One particular spot draws your eye, a brand mark with an intricate design. Same one as the shaman's medallion. What did Sawana do to you? Upon hearing the name, the bear freezes, then raises his head and unleashes a long, drawn-out, full of yearning pain. Look the bear in the eye. Bale growls in response, glaring at you. Show mercy to the bear. Orso seems to understand the look in your eyes. He stops growling, closes his eyes, and breathes heavily. Well then. Perhaps... Okay. Like, I'm deeply confused about this angle here. Like, he was straight up right outside the cave. So now we gotta make it over here. We're still hasted, which is rad. Love those coins. Sorry, lady. We were just doing a thing, but time is money, so time to die. I think the old woman gives you a hostile look. Her face holds no trace of her former madness. You're back. I sense the pain of the abyss spirit that is linked to Orso and its weakness. If it dies, the foul poison of the corpse will seep into the tree roots, causing creatures from the other side will come and nothing will be left but a toxic wasteland, but you don't care about my force, so why is Orso still alive? I think we can still save him. The woman asks, it's an abyss spirit in the body of a bear. You pity that unholy creature? Then why not also pity the other creatures that are destroying everything you hold dear? What makes this spirit different to them? For centuries, I've watched mortals be drawn to this same game with demons and lose every single time, but you're a truly wise old shaman. How could you have done something so foolish? Surely you're wise enough to understand there's no such thing as a deal with the abyss where the mortal does not lose. Have you mortals no sense at all? I saw a mark left by a medallion on the bear's pelt. The old one crosses his arms over her chest. Yes, Orso the Terrible is my creation. I used this medallion to control an evil spirit of the abyss after linking it to the sacred bear, and I forced the bear to serve good by linking our lives together. So what happened to Orso, the Great Spirit? It comes to this fit. It's lived for centuries in a bear's body, ancient as the forest itself. It ensures the trees grew tall and the flowers bloomed. It ensured the deer had grass to eat and the smilodon enough deer meat. But the natural order has been broken. I had to do something and I did it. The kind Orso that was known to Sarkoris is gone forever, but the guardian of the forest remains. You say you had to do it, but you're lying to us and to yourself. That bear, he was your friend, wasn't he? You would never have done this to your friend if you hadn't already lost yourself to fear. Yes, child, I was frightened. The world that I knew was dying, and I don't know what that's like. You don't know what that's like, excuse me. That's not true. I've been afraid many times, very afraid. It's hard to fight fear, but inviting demons from the abyss to possess your friends, that's wrong. You need to free him. You can kill me, a weak old woman, but I won't give in. I serve the forest spirits, I don't serve you. I can go finish him off. What will happen then? I will want Orso, but life must continue. That is the law of things. This place is full of spirits of the abyss. They fly around aimlessly, driving the forest spirits mad. I will set them to work to replace our protector, and I will bind as many abyssal creatures as my strength can manage. Do the spirits of the abyss wreak as much evil as demons do? The woman sighs in irritation. Yes, they are just as evil. The spirits of the abyss are abominations. The forest spirits fear them to the point of madness. They seek refuge from their madness by possessing wild animals. You saw what that looks like. You saw how I separate them, but in every moment of suffering there is hope. By separating them, I learned how to bind them. Yeah, you gotta go. I'd rather die right now than see my forest slowly die in agony. The shaman soul that she cannot prove a fight. Instead, she slightly increases her medallion, which cranks on her brother's
You won't
fist.
fall here. I swear it.
Yeah, sorry, lady, but you gotta go.
Surrender or else!
Begone, fiend!
Oh, I'm on fire, I think. I just need to loot that. Can I loot that?
Too late for apologies.
Yeah, that was pretty much the way I figured that was gonna end. I figured one way or another she was gonna wind up unalived. We're just waiting on Sword Jesus here. Alright, so I think the last exit the cave. Seems like these guys are all friendlies now. So the last thing we need to do, that's a thing. So over here, actually, this is giving us a very strange angle. So we're gonna have to do this the hard way, I think.
I will guide
Because
us.
we're actually facing the wrong way, so I think we need to do it like this. So that I have a vague understanding of where it is I'm trying to go. That being said, it'd be nice if these nerds had a safe place to rest. Because what we really need to do is rest.
Godspeed.
Let's see if we can do that. Listen, I respect your passion for making the world a better place, but some of your ideas are too radical, particularly the way you try to turn people away from worshiping the good deities. I simply say what is true. Are you upset that people are listening to me? Please don't be upset. Managed to roll one of protective rituals. My streak continues. If I remember correctly, I want to go
Let us press on.
not get caught by him. So let's get everybody organized here. Bless.
I'm here. Where else would I be?
Soot is restless. I wonder why.
Esme, Axel, yes.
She has some really stellar buffs. And a lot of them.
Allah, soir, down. Allah, soir, down.
Got the corruption on us. So we gotta go back to town soon.
We march ahead.
Sucks. It's a pretty aggressive penalty, to be honest.
Keep your heads down.
Make your peace.
Do not hold back.
Ah, I forgot forgot about that. That's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. And then he'll just keep doing the overrun over and over and over again. So he's got to stand up first. Provoke a massive attack of opportunity. Some of the stuff is
Strike as one.
hilariously unfair.
You're in my way.
I managed to miss. That's good.
You had your chance.
Apparently he's not.
Fall!
Right. No, I don't want you to move. I want you to go back to your bow and arrow.
Prepare yourself.
And I would like you to also go back to your bow and arrow.
Time to share your treasures.
Attack!
Greyboard to go back to his good weapons.
Simply business.
Oh,
Desna, guide my hand.
don't understand why it does that sometimes. It's like it will get stuck on using their spells and like it doesn't want it to go back for whatever reason. I don't know why it does that.
I'll hit you!
Yeah, exactly. I know that, but I need you to not do that though. Yeah, I don't know why she's set to like molten orb. There we
You
go.
won't stop us.
Cover me, all right?
Our path leads on.
Alright, and then we'll just do a quick save here. Oh, insane half-elf. The huge tree entirely turned to stone. Its surface reveals ancient runes written in an unknown language. Hello, insane half-elf. Mix together the calamus and sedge. Wait 5 years, 5 moons, and 5 days until the serpent ascends the staircase. Have patience, and you will at last behold the fish soars into the clouds. Half is still relatively young, but the hardships she has borne have turned her into a crone. Her long gray hair is gray and tangled, her face is sunken, and her teeth are rotting in her mouth. She hobbles around the petrified tree, trailing her broken fingernails over the carved ruins and mumbling nonsense under her breath. Who are you? Dragging her gaze away from the ruins, she looks at you and you see a spark of sanity in her glazed eyes. Who am I? I'm... Mommy, I don't remember. It doesn't matter. She focuses again on the pattern in the stone ruins. On the 10th day of the winter solstice, break the branches of the Rowan. Do not touch you or Ash. Let me take you somewhere safe. This is my place here, where the roads rise up to the sky, the roots intertwine with the winds of the heavens. Here, where truth is turned to stone, life has merged with death. Here. Leave. Paying you no mind, the half-elf continues mumbling disjointed phrases and running her fingers over the petrified bark. Oak does not die, elm never touches the truth. Heed not the blackthorn's words, understanding the you will come with time.
I will guide us.
Okay. So that's different.
Defeat is not an option.
Alright. so here's how I see this. I'm just gonna cue this guy from the other side of the world. And let the babows handle it. Because, no, God, that is so incredibly frustrating. Can you even have a ranged weapon? Does Sword Jesus even do that?
We shall overcome.
I mean, you have to laugh. It's so preposterous. Alright, so hear me out. You get cursed. Is he cursed? I don't even know. Hopefully these babows are gonna do something. Get up. I saw that coming a mile off. I mean, what else are you gonna do but laugh, right?
Make your peace.
Here's my thinking, though. Pop another one of these. And then Ember can... What does this actually do for us? Just trying to see if she's got anything that she can, like, light him up with. She is so bad at her job. Like, she's such a fantastic buffer, but she's so hilariously bad at, like, offense. Sword Jesus on his face.
It's your time to cease to exist.
Nice. That's what I was hoping to see.
I will bring down the divine wrath.
She tagged him with a... Tagged him with a... Okay. Once again, we have to make the weapon switch.
You're in my way.
I will resist.
Eternal Rose, I call upon you.
I literally don't know what I can do. Like, everybody's kind of in the way. What is this? Yeah, because the fire won't harm the babows at all. Part of me desperately wants to lightning bolt this guy, but volcanic storm. Got knocked down by something?
Distract them for me.
You had your chance.
It's all your fault.
Prepare yourself.
Okay, Social can once again bring to heals. Burning Arc, this jerk.
Time to share your treasures. Cover me, all right?
There we go.
Simply business.
Just wondering if Sword Jesus was ever going to stand up. There we go. Alright, she can switch back to her proper weapon.
Desna, guide my hand.
Used almost all of his, No? Stop? Again, same thing. Like, what is she... She's using glitter dust, I guess?
Surrender, or else!
Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
It's your time to cease to exist.
Is there something else we're supposed to be fighting here? What the heck? Is it not dead? What the... What am I... What is happening here?
Begone, fiend!
This thing not dead? Die already. Also, I summoned a Merilith, apparently. Hello, friendly Merilith. Let's have a look at you. That's nice. Huh. We did it. Of course he has an amulet on him. Of course he does. Amulet of Mighty Fist, naturally. Period dot. Alright, we got through that pretty well. It was nasty, though. That overrun is just hateful.
I have managed.
Text on Halit. Wisdom cannot be etched in stone. It can only be carried in the heart. Okay.
It's either us or them.
Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is we're immediately going to go Death Ward our boy. Ah, the Merilith is still here. Yeah, go get him, girl. She is going to... I think I can instant enemy this jerk.
We must be doing it wrong.
Okay, hold on. I got a little bit... Oh, let's just do some pot shots first. Okay, just double check to make sure he's got the Death Ward on. Does he not have the death ward on? Oh, that's... Alright, Acid Arrow, winning? Big fan of Acid Arrow. Does he at least have the death ward on? I don't understand what I'm doing wrong unless death ward like takes a turn to warm up or something. Because I keep casting it and it keeps failing. There we go. Yeah, what the hell to deal with them. Probably because we've got that spell failure chance. I didn't even consider that. Now he's death ward.
I will resist!
Excuse me. Now he can move up. That sucked. It's not at all great.
You're in my way.
Didn't realize he was still on the throwing axis. It's unfortunate. Alright. Let's see if I can't 100% misses. Atta girl, just keep chopping away. Now I should be able to instant enemy him at this thing. Then I can do this. Then I can
Prepare
pump full of lead.
yourself!
Do not hold back.
Good news is that he now does like none damage once you're death warded. Is that an item with the periodot? I'm not sure what we're talking about, so I'm like miles away from the conversation at this point.
You had your chance.
I'm busy and my butt hurt. Nah, there you go, that's a girl. Summon the Merilith for the win. Like you, got some positive things to say about our girl over here. Ooh, stuff. Master Kandax, take that. Master Church Spirit, take that. Demonic Heart. Padded Armor. Powder of the Refined Maneuver. This +3 padded armor grants the wearer +5 competence bonus to mobility checks, a +3 bonus to combat CMBs, combat maneuver something, and +3 bonus to CMD, combat maneuver defense, I guess.
Godspeed.
This was a heck of a map. She is coming from one of us, I forget who, has an item. Possibly the Book of Dreams, or possibly it's this. Somebody has an item that like will occasionally summon demons. Not sure if it's the book here. Yeah, but somebody's got an item that's summoning these. So I'm not sure if it's this Book of Dreams or what, but I know that somebody's got an item that's summoning these guys. What is this doing for me again? Oh wow, that's neat. That's cool. She actually doesn't have the quiver of cold iron ammunition, does she? Let's not sure where this goes if I put it in here. That count as a weapon? What does this count as? So, oh, I do have it. Alright, so I can give her one. And then I can give her one as well. Didn't realize she didn't have one. That helps. Just do a quick save there. Yeah, the specters are hilariously easy if, again, hard if,
Let us press on.
you've got Death Ward up. If you got Death Ward up, then they're trivial. But if you don't have Death Ward up, you're gonna have a bad time. Another one of you clowns.
We march ahead.
We killed the crazy trees. Does that matter to you at all? Alright. So let's go over here just for a tick. Because I think at this point we have successfully defeated this entire map. Winter Sun. Great band. Don't put any links up. I can't take any more DMCA notices. I didn't realize, but apparently the name for these little things is a coin. Apparently it's called coins. I enjoy these quite a bit. You still haven't cleaned up the demon corpses, huh? Like, I got some questions. Little beacon. Applications of the effect. I really want this thing, but man, I am as broke as a joke here. Bulk selling? Deal. I want to buy some of this masterwork junk I've been picking up. Sequence of murder. See that? Part of me just yearns to use that thing. Club, you can have that. And these two master great swords. You'll get those off me. I don't know who this is for. Competence bonus to mobility checks. Combat maneuver defense, I guess. I don't know. I'm not sure who I'm supposed to be giving that to. Got 4 of these hide armors. You can have those. Warden of Darkness. I don't have anybody that can use that. Mithril breastplate +2. That's pretty cool. What else we got in here that we don't need? Amulet of Mighty Fist +2. I don't know that I need more than one of those. Got 4 of these. Again, I don't know who back in town doesn't have one. So for now, I'm just going to leave it. I should have checked to see as if you had perhaps Scrolls of Rage, Blessing of Courage and Life. Yeah, I was hoping she had a diamond on her, but alas, it seems that's not the case. Is this like a bed I can use? I find it strange that this is just something you can't. Whatever, but alright. So nobody cares about that half-elf. Before we go, hold on. Did I actually get one? Get one what? What are we talking about? Okay. Finder, winter, sun, F. Okay, so I can't do anything with the half off right now. So we're gonna have to come back here at another time. A DMCA notice? I honestly haven't checked. I don't think so. Not yet, anyway. Because I'm certain that would be front and center if I did. What do you suppose is the fast? This is probably the closest exit, right? Didn't get a notice from Twitch, so. Double check that. Nope. Only got a notification that I've got a new follower. Jolly Soul. And, oh, apparently Abracadabra was followed from 3 hours ago. So thank you to those 2 people, wherever they might be found. All right. Let's just have a... Yeah, here. All right. We can get that out. We have done our due diligence here. The Quartzstone Mage is besieged by an enemy. Victory. Accept. Why? Oh, what's going on? Learn and identify the mad half-elf woman. We still have to get to the Molten Scar. I have no idea how to do that. But for now, someone is on the road. I gotta get back to the thing and sleep off our corruption. Oh boy, please tell me this is gonna be an encounter. Baphomet cultist cleric. The cleric smiles sweetly at you. Well, what do we hear? The freshly minted commander straight from Dresden. Here's what's going to happen, Commander. You will give us the specimen 367. You will bring it to Master Bladesmith, and no one will get hurt. You refuse, well, prepare to die. Bladesmith, is it? Then I know who you creeps are. You're from the same lot that slaughtered my party, then tortured me for some dark experience. Commander, just give the order. I'll wipe the floor with them. I have an old score to settle. Specimen 3. What? Yes, the specimen, the sentient weapon that was taken from us, a cheap ploy by the Crusaders. Don't try to deny it, we know you have it. A sentient weapon? This is huge. If you really have one, Commander, keep it for yourself. These lowlifes don't deserve it. Who is this Bladesmith? A great artisan and a teacher who renounced his name and paths to serve in the weapons his craft. His demonic blades never break, his magic arrows never miss their mark. His creations are incredible. Though the piece you have in your possession is still far from perfect, it is not supposed to fall into the hands of outsiders. We want it back. I'm not giving Finian to you. We'll take the specimen ourselves. Let's show these scumbags what it's for.
We will prevail.
Okay, so conjurer and evoker. Wow.
Desna, guide my hand.
Do you clowns like legit not know who we are? We're about to have a terrible day. My boy Greybor is fin to get his rage on. Cleric, yeah, we'll just
Simply business.
Too late for apologies.
Distract them for me.
He's legit turned all the way around, and somehow.
Make your peace.
Okay, I'm a little confused. Yeah, it's Social that's apparently summoning these things. One of his weapons, I think, does it. Yeah, that's who we're looking for.
It's your time to cease to exist.
I'll hit you.
Yeah, you will.
Share your treasures.
The
Attack!
whatchamacallit, the
I will resist.
I will bring down the divine wrath.
You're in my way.
look at all the stuff. This is Masterwork, I'm just keeping it. No, that's not. Balls. That is. This one isn't for some reason. Breastplate +1. Cool. So let's just have a quick look at that. Finian's Waking. Finian Dismar is a truly unique item, a sentient weapon that can change its form, and yet too much of this human self remains. It is even possible that his suppressed memories are also suppressing his full might, but how to awaken it? What the hell? I thought we took all this stuff. Dagger, that's junk. Breastplate's junk. These are valuable. This is a glaive. No, I can wait. do that simply because close. What's this called again? So back to growth. Okay. Citadel.
Godspeed.
I gotta talk to Irabeth. Apparently, I gotta tell her what happened. We learned the fate of the missing patrol. Our people were killed by clan members from Sarkoris who have been bewitched by the demon Jerabeth. Survivors from Sarkoris in the middle of the world wound must have made of tough stuff. I'm sure that they've been set against us. They've split their teeth. The story is stole for our soldiers. We're losing our people to demon trickery again, but at least the mystery is solved and it won't happen again. What else do we have to do in here? Outline enemy. Gotta go to the Ivory Sanctum at some point. Price of knowledge. Okay, so the price of knowledge. This is the half elf. Okay. For some reason, of course, I could have just read the part that says half elf woman. So that's a large amount of thing. You're welcome. And Spring Run Dry. Hand of Florida. Florida's Fall. Crescent of the Abyss. Find Botiel. Right. Oops, that's me pressing the wrong buttons. But you know what we do get to do now that we're back in town? We get to judge some life choices. And by judge, I mean just watch me click on buttons because I've got everybody set to auto level. Greater 2-weapon fighting. Nice. Wait, what does that say? You get a third attack with your offhand, albeit at a -10 penalty. Wow, that's punitive. Dear Lord, that's punitive. Force of Will Compulsion. At 3rd level, a Hell Knight gains a +2 bonus to will saves against spells with any of the following subschools or descriptors. Charm, Compulsion, Fear. At 6th level, the Hell Knight chooses whether the subschool or descriptor from the list and gains a +1 bonus to will saves against spells of that type. And the bonus provided by the first selection increases to +4. At 9th level, he chooses again from the list, and both the previous selections gain increased by +2, so that he has +6, +4, and +2 bonus respectively. Spells against spells of the different groups. Okay, cool. So Compulsion and Fear. Hell Knight can make a touch attack as a standard action to cause a creature to suffer incredible pain. The creature touched takes damage equal to D6 plus the Hell Knight's Charisma modifier and must succeed at a will save or become staggered for D4 rounds. That's pretty cool. I just wish it was better. Like, Hell Knight, I guess, is supposed to be like the blackguard, but which people call blackguard, but like it's exactly not as good, you know, which makes it less compelling. Apparently Regil, our boy here, and the dwarf Greybor, they apparently have some pretty fun pretty interactions. And I will say that I do like Regil. Again, he's just exactly not as good as the other options, you know, which is frustrating. Because Greybor's DPS is just bananas. Like, it's just like he's a glass cannon, but once he starts laying into guys, holy crap, does he just take out the trash. So, no, some of the online people insist that they just get rid of him and they keep Wiljif instead because he can do more and he's similar DPS, but I beg to differ. I would rather lose Woljev and get Nenio in the party with her scroll mastery and just have her tossing scroll buffs all over the place. Because Woljev is fun. I like Woljev, but like he's replaceable in a lot of ways. He's squish. He's super squish too. He's even more squished than Grey War. And this is our boy Darren. I'm not sure how you're supposed to pronounce it. Oracle. He's great, but I don't know what to do with him. Necromancy, that's an interesting choice. Life sense. You notice on locate living creatures within 30 feet just if you possess the blind sight ability. Must be at least level to select this. Resist energy. Alright. Remove curse. Protection from energy communal. Breath of life. Okay. Nenio. There's our girl. Oh, Fox girl. Scroll Savant. I can't help but feel that they took the picture of Nenio, like the human picture, and they just like kind of pasted this on top of it. Not that that's wrong, but this seems like that's kind of what happened because he's a little jank in the face. Whatever. Next. Combat casting, sure, why not? Phantasmal putrefaction. You plant within the minds of your targets the illusion that their skin is rotting away, large rents are appearing all over bodies, and their internal organs are spilling out into a putrid half-liquid mass at their feet. Those who fail to disbelieve the phantasmal putrefaction immediately take d4 points of wisdom damage. The damage occurs only once. Each round after that, an affected target takes another will save to disbelieve the effect. And the targets that fail must succeed in a fortitude save or faint falling asleep as per sleep, except that it isn't a magical sleep effect. Waking up doesn't end the spell for the target. It must continue to attempt will saves to disbelieve and fortitude saves to avoid fainting each round until the spell ends or the target successfully disbelieves. Not what I'd have chosen, I won't lie. But, whatever. Yeah, the image is kind of poorly altered, and that's too bad because first off, her human picture was like chef's kiss, like perfect, like it just captured her so perfectly, and then the fox alteration is just not as fantastic. That's just probably part of my gripe. But that's a small thing, right? That's an artist's gripe. Most of the muggles will probably not notice that at all. Critical focus. Train the art of causing pain. All right, good enough. And here's our crazy creepy girl. Trained only. Piranha Strike. Piranha Strike is actually pretty good. You're taking a -1 penalty for +2 damage. That's a very good thing. Wow. And the Mythic Piranha Strike scales up. That's crazy. Cool. I like that. Apparently it only works with light weapons, which kind of sucks, but who knows about that. Ray Shield. You must be using a shield to use his feet once per round when you would normally be hit by an attack from a ranged weapon. You may deflect it so that you take no damage as if you had the deflect arrow's feet. You must be aware of the attack and not flat-footed. Oh, cool. So you must be using a tower to use feet. And so if I get the Ray Shield adds your shield bonus to your touch AC. That's fantastic. Not in combat. That's also seems crazy. Cool. We got Mark of Justice. 11th level, the Paladin can expend 2 uses of her Smite Evil ability to grant the ability to smite evil to all allies for 1 minute. Wow, that's pretty cool too. Oh, wow, that's crazy. I gotta read more about that. As a swift action, the paladin chooses one target within sight to smite. If her target is equal, the paladin's allies add her charisma bonus to their attack rolls and her paladin level to all damage rolls made against the target of her smite. Smite evil attacks automatically bypass any DR the creature might possess. In addition, while the smite evil is in effect, the paladin's allies gain a deflection bonus equal to her charisma to their AC against attacks made by the target of this smite. If the paladin targets a creature that is not evil, the smite is wasted with no effect. The Mark of Justice lasts until the paladin selects a new target. Wow, that's freaking awesome. I wonder if our boy can do that. I wonder if Sword Jesus can do that. Anybody else in here? Dude, can you do that? Can you Mark of Justice people? I've had to retrain him for a minute, so I don't know what's going on here. Mark of Justice. Holy crap. How did I not know about that? All right, hold on a sec. We got to get that ability up on the board here. Sword of Heaven. Well, what? Angels can imbue their weapons with holy power. Weapons imbued with the holy power deal an additional 2d6 holy damage on attacks. I really need to start reading what these things do. The many things I've got on here. I think the weapon bond flaming we can part ways with. We get Mark of Justice up in here. Because that's a special kind of rad. So let's have a look through everybody and see what everybody's using for their busted junk. What's this? That's not terrible. Dexterity and Constitution, that's giant strength. Where's Grey Boar at? Strength, yeah. Excuse me. What you using? Ah, boy, she's a hurting unit, huh? At least one of these. And excuse me. Interesting. Let's use that instead. I think this phylactery positive healing might be the play. I don't have anyone that uses a two-handed weapon. That's too bad. Inspired Wisdom is not terrible either, but what's our wisdom at? Yeah, maybe do that. It gets her at least a +1 will save. I gotta get this girl a decent. Voice of Hollow is pretty cool. Throwing axe. Do you have anything that's any benefit? Heavy shield. Yeah, it's heavy shield, so let's use it for half plate of vigor. So boss plate. Yeah, none of this is any good. She's in a bad place. I just don't have anything to give her. Oh yeah, so just nothing. What a darn thing to give her. It's truly tragic. Alright, well, there's nothing we can do about that. We can sit around here feeling bad about it, but there's nothing gonna fix anything. Might as well have these on him for... because nobody else is gonna use those. Does the long spear count as a simple weapon or a martial weapon? It is a simple weapon. I don't know if I want Ember to have that or not. Quarterstaff +4. Don't think. Can she use the long spear instead? That's 3 to 10. This is 3 to 8. So yeah, club with nails is funny, but do that instead. Roll over here. What is she using? +2 mithril chain shirt. Is she better off with this added thing we got? Sure isn't. I'm pretty sure she's got evasion as well. Immune to trip. How is she immune to trip? I mean, I'll take it, but sending succubus. She can brew potions, that's neat. She doesn't appear... oh no, she does have evasion. Yeah, she has evasion. Okay. Let's go back to inventory then. So this is light armor, right? Yeah. So that helps because that gives... she can keep her evasion, so that's really... I don't have a significant amount of incentive to change off that. What about our girl over here? Now she, on the other hand, should be using this. And the Mind Piercer kind of... Necrotic Rapier and whatever this one was. Yeah, this one is +3 rapier is affected by magical effect because the enhancement bonus increases by +1. So this is basically made for her. She's already got one, sorry. Didn't see that. Quick resistance +2. Delta Giant Strength. Constitution, I guess, helps her. Strength doesn't, but the Constitution does. This can't be unequipped, right? Yeah, it can't be unequipped. I don't know if she does positive channeling or not. I don't think she does. Doesn't much either. She's using for weapon. Whenever the wearer of this +3 mithril chainmail flanks any enemy, the wearer gets +2 bonus damage against flank creature. If you have an outflank creature, that damage bonus increases. I think I can make better use of that over here. DR3 is sexy. I don't think he's got evasion. Look. For some reason, evasion doesn't show up in the feats. It shows up in special abilities. Here are the Gathol strike, da. Yeah, I'm not seeing evasion here. So I think we can make better use of this on him. Don't know if that's better off on her. That's the same. So it becomes a question. Yeah, actually, it's just straight up better for her. It's made that simple. Okay. I think that's everybody. So now, after all that, we'll go to the personal chest. We'll drop off Heart of Murder. The Illustrious Sweep sounds cool. Marching Terror we could probably put back in there. Force. Those can get sold. That can get sold. Nails we'll keep in there. Copy is a pretty neat bulky pick, and Rabbit Underdog. It's pretty neat. Warhammer +1. I could probably afford to part ways with the Warhammer +1. Cold Iron Masterwork Longsword we could probably afford to let go. Probably afford to let the Heavy Shield go. Resisting Max +2. Not as good as our guy has, but Longsword +1 we could probably afford to let go. Music we can let go. +1 we can let go. Huh. Interesting, this Great Club is actually a simple weapon. That's interesting. Gosh, I want to answer it again. I don't have anybody that can leverage that. +1 I don't need. For some reason I'm pulling onto this sling staff. Last Resort of Hope. Alright. Good. Let's do it. Yeah, he's not diving. Emperor's not going to be diving into melee anytime soon. Yeah, scroll scrap. No available scroll scraps kit.
I'll stand watch while all of you rest.
You think we're going to let you stand watch alone? We've still got some sense left in us.
Wow. Rigel with the harsh criticism. Now the most fun part of the game, he says facetiously, as we attempt to kingdom manage. Alright, so apparently I've got to go deal with some people. Decrees. Okay. Infantry, cavalry, and grand tier units gain the swords of Gorm feat. Plus 10% bonus to damage. I don't know how I feel about that. Rank up. Guess we'll do that. Don't have the resources for that. It's gonna eat a lot of resources. How much to 500? Alright, there I did it. Doing it live. What was that other thing they wanted us to do? Okay, I guess we can't do that right now. Economy, army, command, relics. Can't do anything with that either. So the ground's the only thing we can do right now. Looks like that's it. Rachel doesn't like your girl. Rachel doesn't know. Rachel does not know what's up. Somehow I don't have a whole strategy. Or a mercenary guild. Or a military academy. Wow. Or a shelter. I don't know that I need a shelter here. It does add a lot of logistics though. Logistics plus 16,000, yeah. 3,400 as well. I mean, the military academy, I mean, How we don't have that, I don't know. That just happened. Got a smithy. Okay. Alright. Yeah, Regil doesn't really like anyone. It's true. Fair assessment. Right there. Does have a citadel and a watchtower and a hospital. Apparently it's not big enough to build a shelter in here. Citadel, watchtower, hospital. Doing a supply center. Back out of here. See if we've got anything left I can work with over here. I always want to get hospitals because they increase the supply centers are helpful, but I'm going to grab a tree range as well. I want to get out of here. Stop blaming your incompetence on cosmic forces. The side of good isn't weak, it's you, Regil. Yeah, he doesn't like anyone. Okay, is there anything we need to do here? We'll find out immediately as soon as we click on this. The streets. Vengeance of Sarkoris. What is that? Vengeance of Sarkoris. Sire. Alright, so we gotta find Sire. Where's Sire hiding? Oh man, he's way the heck and gone at the other side of the world. Alright, I'm doing it live. Something happened. Hand over Morveg's talisman. Morveg is dead. Color drains from Sire's face. He takes the straw figure into shaking hands. His mouth twists unpleasantly if the old man is about to start sobbing. Knight looks at you with horror. The gold bird drops his knee slowly, knocking with apparently to my boy. But how? What happened? It's not your fault. Morveg's soul was consumed by vengeance. He went to get the cursed sword of Gorum and got himself killed. Poor boy, I was afraid of this. The war tainted his soul with darkness the moment he was born. It doomed him to death before he could even walk. I warned him. But what are an old man's warnings worth? The sword, that damned weapon of Gorum, where is it? Do you have it? It must be destroyed. The war devours our souls, and Gorum, its lord, watches over it all with indifference. I mean, my girl's been using it with pretty good effect. Fine, take it and destroy it. You've done the right thing, the honorable thing. No one will ever fall victim to it again. No one will suffer poor Mevic's fate. Damn this war. You know how difficult it would be to keep yourself in check, even when wars rage around. When your comrades are dying, your deed will not go unnoticed. The Everbright Crusaders will tell you of your wisdom. They will tell all men that you do not allow the word to enslave your mind. Alright, I'm going to assume that that's an action that has consequence later, because, again, it is a valuable weapon. There you go. I forget which one of these guys. Wilster Garms might be the guy that can retrain you. So, you like stuff? Hey. Ursula's ruby eyes are watchfully stare watchfully at passersby who don't notice her even at arm's length. She turns to you, her face a mixture of contemplation, sadness, and admiration. They're amazing, aren't they? They're attacked by demons with unusual powers. Do you know anything about them? Usually thinks for a long while. Finally, she answers hesitantly. Back in Alushanira, where the rumors about terrible experiments that Baphomet and Discard performed on their troops to make them stronger. Here in the material plane, those rumors were embellished with lots of details. Some say the demons undergo rituals required by Zon Cathon. Others say they feed on the blood of angels, or Klipos, or demon lords. Still others say there's no experiments, and Baphomet is just bringing back fighters from the future, a future in which the demons have already taken all of Galarian. Is there a grain of truth in any of these ramblings? There's no way to know. Naturally, none of these rumors give any indication of where the demons come from. I'm sorry I can't help. The only thing that's clear is that lowly fighters in the army of the Abyss are as puzzled by this as we are. What are you doing here? I'm watching. She nods at the city doors as they hurry past. I'm listening to their conversations, studying their faces. I'm trying to understand what they truly are. Don't you think you're being a little creepy? What? The succubus being surprised? Really? Why? I don't mean any harm. Why do you like to watch people? You know, in my old life, I thought I knew everything about them. I was a master of seduction, after all. I knew how to tempt a mortal into doing anything I required. I could trap them in a lie, or lie myself and never get caught. It's disgusting to remember, but that was the life for many centuries. Now I see I knew nothing. A demon warrior probably also considers himself an expert on mortals because he's killed so many of them. He certainly knows where to thrust a spear for a quick death and where to thrust it for a long and painful one, and I think that's enough. My knowledge, it was of the same kind. I run many mortals without learning the first thing about them. Now I watch them to understand them. This won't give my victims back their lives, of course, but still, my growing closer to these mortals, it's like I'm paying back some part of the debt to my victims' memories. You learned anything new about mortals? They love cats. Fair enough. She speaks in very serious manner as if sharing an important scientific discovery with you, but then the moment later she smiles to give the joke away. Seriously, have your observations of humans led to anything? Wouldn't want to draw any rash conclusions. I've only been watching them for a short while, but I think I understood one thing. Succubi have a saying, mortals always lie. If a mortal isn't talking, it means she's busy lying to herself. But now you see this isn't true. Mortals aren't liars, you're dreamers. Each of you creates a huge daydream for yourself and everyone you share your life with. It isn't exactly a lie because your dream is your truth. May I ask you a personal question? The kind of question a mortal may ask a succubus. Have to go. I'll be watching you. Quick save. Do you like silence? I used to talk a lot before, and all of it was a lie. My words ruined so much, I like silence more now. Tell me about yourself. I'm afraid you won't like what I'm going to tell you. Where does succubi come from? Do you have a childhood? No, well, yes, but in brief, the abyss is nothing like a mortal world. Usually makes a gesture in the air trying to find the right words. You remember life since conception. No, wait, you don't remember that part, do you? But certainly you know everything since birth. We do not. Normally when a human dies, the Lady of Graves decides which plane they go to. Most often, those who arrive in the abyss turn into larvae. You know, the little worms no one notices until you step on them. They crawl out of the mud for centuries, devouring each other, and the strongest one turns into demons. I don't know how that transformation happens. Maybe we hatch out of them like caterpillars out of butterflies. No way, it's the other way around. Or maybe greater demons sculpt us out of them like so much clay. I don't know what happened to the larvae that they used to make me. My own memory. It begins with vague, fragmentary images, terrors, executions, orgies. I remember some poor lad, half gnawed by the larva. He was crying and begging to be killed, and I pointed at him and laughed and said I wouldn't. Doesn't forgive me, I'm so ashamed. How did you end up turning against the abyss? Temptation. Ursula smiles sadly. Strange, isn't it? So many people believe that being good is important, but it's boring and unpleasant. All that's enjoyable and tempting pertains to evil. Even the servants of the kind gods often think so, do they not? You have no idea how easy that makes the role of a tempter as well. It is my great fortune to discover that it's not always like that. Ursula looks away. My last victim was a priestess of Desna, the tender of dreams. As you know, demons do not sleep. Mortals always compare their greatest moments to dreams. So I decided it would be interesting to see for myself, and while I was at it, forgive me, goddess, I mocked Desna. The priestess lay in my arms, dying of my kiss. I remembered the smallest detail, the cold sweat on her skin, her eyes rolled back in her head, her weak whisper. It's so difficult to recount. Well, I dove into her mind to see what mortal dreams were like. But the goddess saw me in her realm, and it turned out I remained there far longer than I planned. What did Desna do to you? As a punishment, she gave me mercy. I often think, why me? She would easily have blown me away like smoke with the flick of her finger. The gods rarely trouble themselves with the lives of mortals, and even less so with demons, but for reasons of her own, she paid me special attention. She awoke in me the memories of the sinners whose souls were used to create me. All those humans, I knew nothing of them until Desna showed me. Each of them had their own dreams, and in a world without pity trampled on each of them and placed them in a path that led to the abyss. The memories, all their hopes and pains. I'm sorry, it's hard for me to talk about this. I see tears well up in the succubus's eyes. Usually wipes away her tears and continues. The most important thing I realized was that every mortal is a little world of hopes and dreams, and that although I might be a succubus, I didn't have to live forever within those beastly, boring pleasures and tortures of the abyss. I can be free. I can be myself. If only I can understand who I am. You don't know who you are? What of you? Do you know who you are? Are there any mortals who can make that claim? Before returning me to the mortal realm, Desna whispered something to me. I can still hear her words. She asked me, what do you dream of? And I don't know. I still don't. You see, demons are simple creatures. Ursula purses her lips. Each is guided by 2 or 3 strong sins. Before my conversion, my sins were all I was, a ball of desire without anything behind them doing the desiring. Desires for sex, for flattery, and food. But now I have me, and it's amazing, but it's so complicated. Ursula makes an apologetic gesture and smiles. What did you do after Desna converted you? I traveled. In the beginning, I thought it wise to keep away from demons and their temptations. Went off to Absalom or perhaps even further to another plane, but then I realized that I didn't deserve freedom yet. The abyss was still in me. It called to me, tempting me, seducing me. If I ran away, I would soon return to my old habits. Ursula pushes the word from her mouth. That is why I came here to join the war, to remember who my enemy is, to defeat the demons not just for the mortal world, but for myself as well. Because if I don't kill my past, it will always be reaching for me. I'm a wonderful liar. I'm no longer proud of it, but it's still true. The demons never suspected my treason until the very end. I lived as a spy and regularly reported back to the priest of Desna whenever I learned. Naturally, I concealed my identity from them as well. I would never have been caught when I learned that this Kari was planning to attack on Canabras. There's no time for caution. I risked everything to warn you, and it paid with my freedom. Thank you for not running from evil broke in front of me. Yes, I'm glad I did, but you know, it's hard. Evil calls me back every day. And when it's so close, what if one day I grow tired of the fighting? Even for an action that was good. So you worship Desna now? The goddess did a lot for me, more than I ever deserved. Asking anything more of her would be impudent. I'm grateful to her, but I do not trouble her with my prayers. Thank you for my answers. Here we go. Cool. So we got all that done. Quick save. Try again. Let me ask you a personal question, the kind of question a mortal might ask a succubus. When I talk about sex, Urusha looks you in the eye, ask me anything. I'll not keep secrets from you, but don't expect to hear anything lighthearted or pleasant. The kiss of a succubus isn't deadly, is it? Not just the kiss. Any caress of any kind sucks the life from mortals, and there's nothing I can do about it. Touches your lips ever so lightly. For mortals, tenderness is tenderness and violence is violence, but I don't know what it's like to kiss and not inflict pain. I just hope my observation of mortals will help me understand. Young lovers, old spouses, even what mortals condemn as promiscuity, to me it all looks like something amazingly human. Wait, so you mean you'll just watch people during the day out in the street? Well, I never touch anyone. I never harm anyone. I just watch and listen. Is that bad? Let's just say they wouldn't be happy if they found out you were watching. Don't worry, they'll never find out. Don't forget, I'm a very good spy. What is sex between demons? Let's try this one. Don't joke like that. For me, it's not a joke at all. I'm sorry, I wasn't meant to upset you. Her cheeks blush faintly. Her lips open a little, and she wets them for a tip of her tongue. Slang table, she answers with a apparent effort. I never want to feel such pleasure again, not with anyone. Ever, if I kissed anyone, I'd be sure that the kiss brings us both pleasure, not pain. Fair enough. She goes soft since she barely hear the words. I should like to kiss someone again, but only as a mortal, not as a demon. Okay. What's sex between demons like? Everything demons do is a sort of cannibalism. Each devours mortals and other demons in their own way. Some enjoy literally tearing off pieces of flesh with their teeth. Others like to subdue and in turn their prey into slaves and living tools. Some feed on others' humiliation. It comes in different forms, but the essence is always the same. Another being is an object to be used for your own pleasure. Demon sex doesn't differ from any type of violence. In my former life, it was something I did to others, or others did to me. Only one person ever received pleasure, not the other. Do you still feel desire? Usually keeps a long silence since he searches for the right words. You see, on one hand, my succubus nature remains with me. I feel the desire I feel is the one from my old life. When I look at any mortal, I immediately imagine how. She looks away. That feeling, that desire, it's not what mortals feel. When you like someone, you don't ponder how good it would feel to drink their soul. You think about how good it would feel to be together. Together, you see? You know how to want someone and at the same time not want to destroy them. For me, it's always one and the same. True despair brings under Richelieu's voice. I'm not even talking about love. Just the common mutual affection of mortals when they're not poisoned with violence. Now I know that I've never felt it. It's hard to imagine how it's even possible. Love is a wonderful feeling. I believe we'll be able to experience it someday. Hope so. It's just that, she brings her hand to her chest, I don't deserve it. Who would dare to love a predator from the abyss who by her very nature is unable to return those feelings? I believe in you. I can help you. If you let me. Fingers briefly touch succubus heated skin. She anxious jerks her hand away. Her eyes shine with fear, hope, and something new, fragile, and tender. Something that makes her look surprisingly like an embarrassed mortal girl. I will. Thank you for being so open. Sword Jesus with the sweet moves. Tell me about your life in the abyss. I can't tell you all about the Abyss? I've only seen a small part. If you like, I can tell you about the Midnight Isles and Lucianira. Tell me about the Midnight Isles. In the ocean of Ishiar, not far from the mouth of the river Styx, there's a chain of islands. This is the realm of Nocticula, demon lord of assassins, darkness, and lust. Lady Nocticula is a beautiful and deadly creature. Queen of the succubi. There is no sun there, only a moonlit night, alternating with a moonless one. Each of the islands is one of Nocticula's trophies, and the remains of a powerful entity that perished in her hands. As you see, you cannot take a step in the abyss without treading on corpses. Let me build Lucianira. The periphery city of Nocticula's capital. No city like it in the mortal world. Absalom is a village in comparison. Millions, I don't exaggerate, millions of demons and mortals live there. Some come voluntarily, not only from Golarion, but from other places as well. Nocticula keeps an open boundary and enjoys having many guests, merchants, and travelers in the city. Some arrive in chains. The slave trade is the most thriving business in the city. From afar, the city may seem a merry place. Many of its dwellers do enjoy themselves, until it's their turn to become someone else's toy. The city of suffering, Misha Collins. Every cheerful, festive torments that everyone in the city inflicts on those around them. What are some places of interest in Lucianira? The heart of the business quarter is the flesh markets where the slave trade takes place. I grew up in the mansion of Lady Valexia. Plus, it's always full of guests doing their best to entertain her. Those whose performance is not to her liking risk remaining at her house forever. The main attraction of the succubi city is, of course, the brothels, the 10,000 delights. I need not tell you what they offer. If you can imagine it, someone is selling it. Not far from there, you will find the harem of ardent dreams, which serves as a sort of city hall. Shamira, Nocticula's right-hand and mirror of the Lucianira, receives her visitors there. For those who prefer bloodier sport, there are many arenas in the city. The most famous of them is the Battle Blitz. Battles run continuously without breaks and without rules. It doesn't matter what trickery you use to win, only matters how much fun the crowd is having. And above it all, towers the House of Silken Shadows, Nocticula's palace. Hundreds, thousands of towers and domes adorned with jewels. There are legends of what happens inside. Many have striven to experience the delights of the Succubi Queen's palace, forgetting that it was built for her pleasure, not theirs. What can you tell me about Nocticula? She's called the Lady in Shadow. They say that she was the first succubus. She's far from the most powerful of the demon lords, but this hasn't kept her from being the ruin of many creatures significantly more powerful than herself, even building her kingdom upon their bones. They say that, like Lamashtu, also known as some other monsters, mistress of insanity and grandmother of nightmare, is the goddess of madness, monsters, and nightmares. She strives to turn herself from a demon lord into a true goddess. She enjoys killing, but her favorite tools are seduction and deception. She only stoops to crude violence when there's no other games to play, and even then she backstabs from the shadow. Her favorite weapon is a crossbow, though a silk garrote would suit her better. If you ever should ever meet her, do not believe a word she says and do not fall for her provocation. Do not try to beat her at her own game. And more importantly, remember, the worst mistake anyone can make is to underestimate her. Thanks for the information. What do you think of the powers I gave you? It's a great temptation. I don't know if I would be trusted with such power. I certainly wouldn't trust myself with it. When you have so much power, it's easy to decide you're a god and the mortals are your toys. Have to go. I'll be watching you. I bet you will.
Godspeed.
Don Juan Jesus, you got it. Alright, so this is not the right guys. Where's what's-her-face?
Let us.
Okay, she's over here. Next time. Okay, over to me. Just do the laps and see if anybody else has got anything to say. One of you clowns is lying. There we go. Don't worry about you. You speak common much better than the rest of your tribe. Funnily enough, common isn't all that common underground. But your observation is correct. I used to live on the surface with my parents for a while, and had a chance to learn a couple of things. The language and the fact that every person who sees my scaly mug screams demon and runs away. I don't know if you're interested, but my mom wasn't from an underground tribe. She was a smuggler, the kind that used the dungeons of Canterbury to secretly move and store goods. In time, two gangs couldn't agree on how to share a prime cut, got into a fight, and the winners threw the losers down a hole. dead and living alike. My dad went to check if the corpses had anything useful on them, and he found a girl from the surface, barely clinging to life. An incredible feeling sparked between them, or maybe the girl just liked men with scales and a cat nose, and that might be it. One way or another, he got back on her feet, and later even left his home caves. She left her smuggling behind, and they became an honest life together. That's a delightful story of how old land came into the world. The next chapter ever, my family and I never stayed in one place for long. We lived sometimes on the surface, sometimes underground. We couldn't find a place to call home. Living in the caves was hard on my mom, and my dad's appearance raised too many questions in men. They were at war against the demons after all. In the end, my parents decided to stop making each other miserable and separated. My father and I returned to our tribe. I think the peasant screaming demon had something to do with it, or maybe Dad just couldn't stand a life with the rat tail suit. I wouldn't rule out that possibility. Did you come with me so you could see the surface again? I know, that wasn't it. I just don't have much patience for certain types of creatures, demons I mean. If you want to go destroy Canadris, I'll be on the side of the people they're attacking. And I expect honest answers, not excuses. I guess you're right, I shouldn't have been so evasive. It's just that some things are hard to talk about. My family, for example. My birth, hell, take me. It turned out to be a great misfortune for my parents, all because I'm relatively healthy. I'm the best thing that can come from a marriage between a cave-dwelling mongrel and anyone from the surface. A healthy child with the right number of hands and feet, no apparent defects, no missing organs or other problems. They saw hope in me, so risked having more children. They thought it would somehow be all right. I just grew into Lan's voice. I could have had 4 brothers. The first was born 2 years after me and died 3 years later. He didn't have a nose, nothing even remotely resembling one. He couldn't only breathe through his mouth. My mom and dad were afraid to take their eyes off him for fear he'd choke and suffocate on something, but in the end, it was his weak heart that killed him. Then there was another pregnancy and birth. I pretended I was sleeping, but snuck out of my bedroom and listened under the door all those hours. It was very strange, and I never heard the newborn screaming. Mom moaning, yes, the priest saying. Then I dared to open the door and little and looked inside. The priest stood there very pale. One of them was holding something, a small object that fit in his palm. He asked, "You know what this is?" And the other said, "I think it is a head." Lan stops. Please go on. Exhales and continues in a steady voice. It turns out that this time Mom was expecting triples. The first of the babies was born in pieces, and the others didn't live long enough to draw their first breath. About 3 weeks later, my father took me to the caves. Didn't want to leave. I could see it in his face, but I think Mom had decided it together. The curse my people have carried since the first crusade stood between them, not to mention the 4 dead babies. And old age is rapidly taking its toll on my father. After we returned to the cave, he only lived another 4 years. So asking me why I decided to go up with you to the surface and join the Crusaders, well, the answer is I've always wanted to. I was afraid to leave my tribe, but it was always haunted me that I die in a world where 4 crusades could do nothing to stop the beast from the abyss, and the number of victims kept growing. I wanted to change that, or at least try to. And changing things is too much to ask, then at least get a little revenge. The ones who are behind the world wound owe me a great debt. The lives of our 4 brothers, all my mother's tears, my father's broken heart. It's a lot. So much that killing a couple of demons won't do it for me. I want to do something real, and I am ready to pay the price. Call it a personal crusade if you like. Lan gives a slanted grin. I used to think that things would be better if I'd never been born, but now I think I was born for this, ready to settle the score. Why didn't you just go up and join the Crusaders before? I couldn't just abandon my tribe. I'm their best hunter. They'll have it much harder without me, but now that the demons have nearly destroyed Canabris and the caves will almost collapse on our heads, sitting and waiting, it just wasn't an option anymore. Anyway, I'm more useful up here than I am down there. Plus, the chief let me go, which means my debt to the tribe has been paid. Would you like to find your mother? No, the world flies from Lan's mouth faster than arrow. Then, after a pause, he continues. I don't want to meet her, not because I feel any resentment. It's just that she's a half-elf. She's barely got her first gray hair, and I'll be a ramshackle old man. She's buried enough children. There's no need to make her witness the death of another one. I hope you understand. Your parents didn't survive hardship, but it doesn't matter. The same thing will happen to you. What if you find true love, someone who won't leave you behind no matter what? I break my beloved heart when I die in the arms 5 years later. That's a fine thing to do in the person you love. Then again, there's a chance I'll inspire some tragic bard to write a tearful ballad. Very sorry, truly. Well, then I'm very lucky I met someone who not only helped me choose the right path, but is happy to listen to my whining. Thanks for listening. That's interesting. I wonder if Lan's mother is the crazy half-elf. Models have short lifespans, but you don't look like you're getting old or dying. How old are you? I'm as old as I look, no surprises there, but remember Saul? He's 10 years older than me. I remember him back when he was a fearless warrior, and day by day, I watched him turn into an old man, him and my father. It happens very quickly. First you miss a shot because you don't see the target as clear as you used to, and you think because your eyes are tired. You tell yourself it'll get better tomorrow, then you notice you're having trouble breathing, that climbing is harder than before. Lion clenches and clenches his human fist. Your fingers stop bending, you have to tie your sword to your hand. You can't even put on your greaves without help. But now you're washing your face in a stream. Sometimes you catch sight of a gray-haired, wrinkled old man you don't recognize. And this goes on until one day you come across a cave beast and you realize you can't outrun it. My dad kept diaries marking all the signs, and I saw it too. The last year, I had to help him get out of bed, help him dress, remind him to eat. Sometimes he forgot my name, told him that we should have stayed on the surface, and he joked that dodging a goddess was behavior worthy of a crusader. He meant Pharasma. Every morning I wake up and check how I feel, but there are no signs yet. Even so, I don't have much time. I need to do something useful before I forget why I came here. I want to talk to you about Windwag. Sure. Tell me about your connection with Windwag. My connection to Windwag? I mean, where do I start? Lance turns an unexpected, receptive half of his face to you. We grew up together, trained together. She was the chief's daughter. She was groomed to be the best all her life, and then I came along. We were rivals, but then we dragged each other out of tight spots too. I've always been drawn to grand, heroic gestures, sometimes idiotic ones, whereas Wendu liked to roam unexplored passages, finding new caves and making maps. She wanted to be a great huntress, the one who'd make it through the shield maze, but instead, she was never satisfied with what she had. It was never enough. Challenges, glory, strength, unexplored paths. And where did that hunger lead her? If only she could have been happy with what she had, she'd be alive now. She couldn't. Were you just friends, or were you more than that? Well, you really don't pull your punches, do you? Lanix feels oddly. There was a time when I asked myself the same question. Windwag knew me better than anyone. She understood me better than anyone. She was my first woman. We never loved each other. Maybe I could have grown to love her, but it always seemed like I never understood what love was. Maybe she just wasn't capable of this kinds of feelings. I wanted to know. So, can you wear a hat with your one horn? Sure I can, but certain designs don't suit me well. Sounded everything I wanted to know. Thank you. All right. A lot of exposition here. All this over here. Anything to say? Nope. If I was gonna buy a scroll scriber's kit, where do you suppose I would get that? Silver Trader, Arcane Weaver, maybe? Yeah, I'm just not really sure. Like, I'm sure one of these vendors must have it. Blacksmith. Where are you again? Scroll cost fear. Okay, lots of scrolls and stuff. What I need is a scribing kit, though. Order. Living flame. What does this do? Oh, Whenever they wear this cloak channels energy to harm undead, for the next 2 rounds they become strong with the fire shield. Interesting. Count. This cloak of resistance +2 grants the wearer immunity to fire. Wow. Versus Animal Fury, +3 bonus on attack damage rolls whenever the wearer is polymorphed. Social protection. This cloak grants a +5 resistance bonus to saving throws against demons and +5 confidence bonus to lower religion checks. I also like the way it looks. Gloves of dueling. I think we had a pair of these. Cloak resistance 3. Gloves of the ambassador. Knowledge rolled, persuasion, and a +2 enhancement bonus to charisma. These are actually pretty cool. Okay, I have to make a note of that. Diamonds. These are so expensive, though. God almighty, they're expensive. I think we slept off our... Yeah, we slept it off. That's fine. Diamonds. Enlivening leadership. This ring grants a +5 confidence bonus on persuasion checks and grants the companions a +1 morale bonus on all skill checks. That's cool. Glass Ambient of Clarity has +2 to the DC of all saving throws against mind-affecting abilities used by the wearer. It also grants a +4 morale bonus on saving throws against mind-affecting and compulsion effects. Places around 5, rings of protection, agile fists, fast intelligence, goggles of pure sight. Go on. These goggles allow the wearer to take 20 on their next spell magic attempt once per day. They also grant +1 bonus to cast roll protection made to overcome spell resistance. Those are rad. Cool. Protection 3, natural armor. Interesting. Press 1 and chainmail. Oh, speaking of which, you want any of this junk? Might as well deal that too, because I'm not going to use that again ever. I think everybody's got one of these. Got these. Clears those out a bit. Clay +1, light hammer, long sword, cold iron. Da, 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 da. Yeah. Some of that trash. Scroll of Blasphemy is the only thing she's got. No, I can't. Grab 2 of those. Super expensive, but definitely need them. Just trying to figure out where I would get that. Maybe Horgus Worm has them? Because, I mean, the exotic weapons and whatever didn't have them. Hey, where my special powers have to go. Yeah, let's see if maybe the inn's got it.
leads on.
So what's happening right now? I'm trying to find a scroll scribing kit because I want to see if I can get Nenio pulling her weight here. Alas, that might not be the case. One-eyed devil, show me your wares. Spicy cheese. So he's got. I've had a learning charisma is tempting. It's expensive too. Okay. Traders aren't very interesting. Oh. Apparently we're by barding. Only rapier, thundering scythe. Nothing else, huh? Right. Who do I need to talk to? Gold golem, what I need to talk to? Okay, so I've got all kinds of jewelry too. I remember something in here was really rad. I guess if we wanted to rob this guy, it'd be pretty cool. Diamonds.
I will guide us.
How about we just skip to the chase? Okay, according to the thing, we have to haul our happy action over here. Apparently Arsino, who is hidden behind our girl, has them. What we really need, one thing I missed for this that they don't have, that they had in Solasta, was the fast travel in town, where it just like zoop, and just moved you over there and it just advanced the time to however much it took. That was a amazing quality of life feature. Personnel. Yeah, Solasta does have mass transit. Alright. Supposedly, first aid kit. I need a scroll scribing kit. These are just scrolls, that's fine, but I need the kit. There we go. Potions. These are expensive. Yeah, these get expensive quickly. Like, it starts at 100 and then it jumps to 2,000? Yeah, it hurts, but I need them. Alright. So apparently I have to scribe scrolls at camp. Who's this nerd? It's apparently nobody. So I'm actually 6 1 and a half a dozen together. I'm actually as close to the main gate as I am to my house, but doing it live. Because what we really want is to start Nenio getting on her path to making all kinds of scrolls and stuff, because then all the simple buffs that we're using all the time, like haste and whatnot, they can become effectively free, but bear in mind that this stuff is super expensive. So I did not think it was going to be so costly. Seems that much like the first Pathfinder, you're poor until you're not. So, just as curiosity, let's see if this does something. If I go to rest, will allow me to... Is it just going to rest? Alright. Scroll scribing. Okay, so she's not in the party, so it's only if they're in the party. Ironically, I have the best alchemy? She can do it. Doesn't have mythic brew potions. And I don't have an alchemist kit. Okay, so I would need an alchemist kit as well. And her DC is not great. Seems like a lot of these things are... She doesn't have scribe scrolls. Yeah. It's too bad. I should... Ooh, there we go. There we go. Alchemy. Has anybody else got better alchemy than her? Anyone also has good alchemy. He doesn't have, doesn't have brew potions. She has brew potions, but doesn't have mythic brew potions. For whatever reason. So she can actually do it, but her DC is poo. Alchemy. Potion. Back. Scroll scribing. Arcana. Knowledge world. Oh, okay. So that's a different... Alchemy is a different skill check. Interesting. Huh. Alright. So, yeah. He doesn't brew potions. He doesn't brew potions. So, interesting. Land can brew potions for reasons that make no obvious sense. Okay. Interesting. But definitely gotta be Nenio. Alright. Hmm. I would also like to click. It says click to downgrade caster level. Chance of success. All right, so that's not what I want. This is like a very clumsy thing. So if I go to blur, lots of that. Okay. Well, why is it using these? Can I not choose which one I'm using? Okay. This is really clumsy. Okay. I think what's a face can brew a potion. I don't have a kit. Okay.
Could you bleach a little in front of me, gnome boy? I would like to conduct a personal observation of this process.
Could you slowly die in front of me? I wouldn't mind seeing that for myself either.
Amazing. Razzle's got the best clap back. What ho? Lady Konami, Commander, upon hearing word of your victory in the Battle of Dresden, many leaders in Avestan have considered taking a more active supporting role in the crusade. Fighting teams in the name of saving the world is a prestigious endeavor, especially when the war is going well. One whose help will be accepted first will increase their standing in the political arena, which is why the powers are now campaigning for the right to conclude an alliance with Mendeb before their rivals do. Nerosian has already chosen which of them is to be favored, Iskar. We've been building an alliance with that nation for a long time, and now the capital is expecting you to address the steward of Iskar with an official offer to support you. Last of all, Mendev is Mendev's most trusted ally. If we were to ask someone for support, it should be them, the Shining Crusade. What say we invite the Sword Lords of Brevoy to this party? The righteous Mendevian knights just love those hot-headed provincials who will draw their weapons and challenge you to a duel at the drop of a hat. And get this, they win such duels. Nerosian will be ecstatic to have allies like these, and I hope the demons will enjoy their company as well. Just a note, we happen to have a neighbor who's got barely any presence in the crusade. I'm talking about Numeria. It's believed to be too wild and barbaric to have any dealings with, but how about we show everyone how wild and barbaric tribes can fight and invite them to play a bigger part in our war. Everyone who wanted to come because they listen to their heart are here already. Time to call those who would listen to their purse. We'll drop a line to the Varisian cities, tempt them with nice spoils, and lots of savvy folks will come running. Why does Nerosian decide whose help I should accept? Because you are, with all due respect, one of Her Majesty's subject. High Lady's Konami's voice grows sterner, but after a moment subsides to a more confiding tone, and because it took great effort for Mendev's diplomatic course to win Iskar over and ensure that you would receive their help. Are you confident with the allies you chose yourself to be as reliable? Can't we call everyone for help? I wish we could, but we can't. The Chalaxians and their colonies can't stand the Andorians. Malthune is at war with Nemathus, Nidal, and Lostwall are at daggers drawn, and all of them envy the wealth of Absalom, protest against the goddess Juma, and fear the revolutionary plague of Galt. What's Waldrop doing on this council? I don't know anything about politics and diplomacy. I can see that this tiefling possesses a keen mind and the most important trait in politics, a complete lack of conscience. Truer words never spoken. He would make a terrible leader, but he'll prove useful to you as an advisor. You have traded my conscience for a cherry roll back when I was a kid. Hey, what do you mean, terrible? I'm willing to accept this crusade. Your kingdom wisdom never fails you, and the Nerosian will be pleased to know that you're not squandering allies whom takes such pains to attract. The battle of sorcerers of Iskar, hardened in the clashes with goblins, will serve you well. Ooh, that gives me wizards. I don't detain you any longer, Commander. When matters of foreign and domestic polities once again require your attention, I will convene the diplomatic council. Okay. I just want to see if my did in fact craft up to 1 scroll of blur. I did. Nice. Oh, that's cool. Oh, the lucky dice. So probably sort those in alphabetical A to Z. Blur. Why are these not stacked? Odd. Okay, so our last act here, we're gonna go through, we're gonna just see what we can get copied to the spell books. If anything. And that little feature that allows you to see what you do and don't have copied to your spellbook is magical. Alright, and then we did have a few recipes we haven't been used. Copy recipe, what's this? Written note. Copy recipe. Is that it? Is that all we got? This one we had more. Huh. Oh, poo. That sucks. Alright. But that's it. I think we're going to call it good at this point. I'd like to thank everybody who stopped by to see me. We'll be back again bright and early tomorrow morning at 0930 hours to play some more GDO. Hope to see everyone then. And if not, then I hope you have a spectacular rest of your day. I hope that wherever you are safe. And we'll see everyone again soon.